saying it's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened, as I said it would. People will be... Oh, when have we got Leeds? Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Your Football Show. I hope you are all doing well. If you're wondering why I've got a little chuckle on my face, because my good friend Ash, the little bell end, is in the chat. Trying to tell me that that Jesse Marsh is better than Daniel Farke. Trust me when I say this, Ash does not know ball. And the reason I'm going to tell him is why. Because these folks wanted Bielsa gone. Wanted Jesse to stay. I cannot. If I speak, I'm in trouble. No, what I will say, no, I've come to the conclusion that Bielsa was the best thing that ever happened to me and to Leeds United, but also simultaneously the worst because he's ruined football for us. Because people are saying, we need this, we need that. You could argue outside of Bielsa, Daniel Farke's put on the best performances outside of Bielsa, and we're still not happy. We're still not happy. Juan, Ash, you know I'm rattled. We're still not happy, are we? And I get everyone's frustrated, and I get we've got a better squad and stuff, but I'm not happy, and I'm not sitting here saying I am, by the way. I'm not happy. You know, someone actually put up a clip earlier on of the Bielsa time, and I just thought, like, imagine this set of players with Bielsa ball, the likes of Rutte, Somerville, Nonto. This is a better squad, isn't it? But I think the issue is as well is like, because we have such a good squad, I know, you know, people rewrite history for me and say, oh, we're clearly not that good and all this sort of stuff. But on paper, before a ball is kicked, we should be winning every game of football in this league. Okay, Leicester, you might argue, Southampton, you could argue, but outside of that, we as a fan base should be going into every single game saying we're going to win this. And people call it arrogant and all that sort of stuff, but I just have to disagree. I think it's just looking at it on paper and saying we have a top squad with top players that in any normal season are not even at our football club in the championship. Rutte won't be here. Nonto won't be here. Somerville won't be here. These three, just them three alone, shouldn't really be in the championship. Thankfully, we had an owner change. Otherwise, they'd have all been sold by Rads. You know that, right? They would have all gone. So thankfully, we have the 49ers who were serious and said, "Now we're keeping hold of you." But if Rads was here, they'd have all gone. Sayonara. No final word tonight. They were supposed to be, mate. I've asked a few people. I didn't want to get the same heads on as last night. You've got that video there from last night, so that's rocking and rolling at the moment. So so there you go. Hey Joe, hope you're feeling better today. About what? To be honest, I thought I was gonna. I dropped my daughters off this morning and I was gonna stay in bed all day. I've been feeling like it's been tough this Christmas. I can't lie to you. It's been rough for me personally. So yeah, I'm now on the mend. Hopefully, I've decided to get out of bed and clean the house and wash up and do my washing and drying. You know, these are the sort of menial tasks that we just go, yeah, nah, that's not getting done. That's not getting done. So that's what it's been like. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully we're coming through the wood, through the trees, and all that sort of jazz. Now there are a few stories, obviously, around at the minute, including Somerville, Willie Nonto, and of course David Brooks. David Brooks has been asked, not David Brooks. Adoni Iraola has been asked about David Brooks, and he's had some things to say in his press conference as well. So we can have a chat about them and go through them. And if you've got any other questions, queries, put them in. Joe would need his bench boost to get to 40 points. I don't know. I think I was doing all right, bro. Because I've captained Watkins. So he's got me 20 points. But I mean, outside of him, it wouldn't be great. But Watkins has got me 20 points. Overall, I've only got 23 though, because I've got Taylor, Douglas Luiz, Levi Colwell did have a clean sheet, but obviously ended up with 1. But I've still got Iraola, Saliba, Saka, Bowen, Salah, Odegaard, and Solanke to play, so we're good. Captaining Watkins has done me a brilliant one. So yeah. Jamie says, "How is it Farke's fault when he's no? Because he's putting out the plan, right? He's putting out the plan to ensure, because players will stick to what they're being told to do by the coach, even if in their mind they might not think it works. We see it all the time. New manager bounce, change of philosophy, all this sort of stuff. The players are asking what's required of them. Now, what I would say, Jimmy, we need to see something slightly different, because everything Farke's putting out when up against a low block team is not bearing fruit. I've seen someone say on social media, like, ultimately, Ipswich played into Leeds United's hands. And we already know any team that wants to come and play, we will beat you in transition. We are awesome on the counter-attack. We are the best counter-attacking team in the league. From back to front in a matter of passes, normally find the back of the net. We've seen it at Millwall, we've seen it at Leicester, we've seen it at loads of different games. But the facts are we don't play enough of them teams. Or now there's a blueprint. You know, someone mentioned about, like, and it's bigger than square pegs in round holes. It's bigger than that, people. Because everyone tried to say Spence goes at right back and will be amazing. He didn't really do well. We looked good in the first 15 minutes. I know he cleared some off the line, but I'm on about moving forward. You know what I mean? It's rough. It's not about square pegs, round holes. You know, I've seen people now, I mean, big up Geordie, by the way. Now that we've got Spence in at right back, he now wants to move Somerville to right wing and Nonto to left wing. And then he thinks that'll be, look, like Charlie's just said, Willie needs to play on the left. Why? You can play anywhere, dude. This is the point. It's not a case of like just, as long as they're in the right positions, we'll be sorted. It's deeper than that. It's bigger than that. Football is more than that these days, than 4-4-2. Do you see what I'm saying? It's about patterns and movements and and the coach gets the players into them positions. Do you know what I mean? Of course, yeah. Having them in the better positions, meaning Spence doesn't have to come back on his right and probably can offer more in terms of crosses and stuff like that. But I just don't know if that solves everything. I don't think it solves everything. You know, anyone that wants is right. Okay, so what I would say to you is, what position is Stuart Dallas? What position is Stuart Dallas? Someone answer, what position is Stuart Dallas? CM, says Tamar. Played at left back. Do you know where we bought him? We bought him as a right winger. So I'm not into all this, oh, yeah, this. We bought him as a right winger. And now he can play anywhere. So this is why I don't go along with that logic. For me personally, when we bought him as a right winger, Trent Alexander-Arnold was a midfielder. Klopp puts him at right back. There's loads of different scenarios. Zinchenko's a midfielder. Both both Arteta and Pep Guardiola play him at left back. It's not that rigid. Okay, fullbacks, I hear it if they're all right-footed and all that sort of stuff. But I just don't think, and I'm not having a go at everyone here. I'm just saying I don't think we can go along with the square pegs, round hole as an answer anymore. That's just my opinion. Because I don't know what Spence offered as different to what Gray had, but he's got to play more games there. I'm not saying that. I get he's the right back, but I think people expected it to be amazing. And I'm not sure that, you know, that will come to fruition. I think it's deeper than that. We need to find different ways to unpick the lock, and that could be down to personnel. We need a 10, for example. Like Rysel 1919 says, give him the right tools. Give him the right tools. You know what I mean? Give him the right tools. But what I would say as well, he should have pushed that in the summer He should have definitely pushed it in the summer. He wanted Amiri. He wanted. I think we wanted Archer, and obviously Archer went to Sheffield United, and we ended up pushing the button on Piroe. I don't think that, for me, the Piroe conundrum is not working. I don't think Piroe's working. In whatever he does, I don't think Piroe's working. He's non-existent. He ghosts through games. I'd love to know his average touches per 90 in comparison to the rest of the squad. He can't be enjoying his football. I'm not enjoying watching him play football. And that's on Farker. That's on Farker. And I hope someone asks him these questions. I know you said you wouldn't touch on it, but we're going to have to talk about it, Daniel. You know what I mean? When he said, oh, you know, yeah, Buendia's coming back from injury. Aston Villa won't let him go. He's a player that will be used there for sure. He's coming back from injury. So this is the thing. Like, this needs to be asked to Daniel, because okay, you gave us that long-winded answer now, and he goes, "But I've already told you this." Yeah, but Daniel, it ain't working, bro. So we need some more. Do you know what I mean? There's loads. I think there'll be I don't think actually there'll be a presser before Birmingham, will there? We might get another 5-minute one after. He might have done one last night that might get released, or because it's New Year's Eve tomorrow, and then we play New Year's Day, don't we? So I'm not sure we'll get one. Matthew Law says you can't ask him. You know, no, but this is the point. Okay, so straight after that game, though, what happens? He scored. And we all go, fair enough. But now we're still in this. Gordon, yeah, exactly. And I think I've seen, again, people that know ball much more than me. I've seen someone say, like, the way that Corberan's able to read in-game and change the tactics, he could see straight away where all the space was. What did he then do? The ball kept going out of Jed Wallace. And this is what I'm talking about in, like, square pegs, round holes and all that. Managers can affect games, and you know, he did that yesterday, and then they shut up shop and we didn't have a sniff. But it was very much get it to Wallace. Wallace's delivery is exceptional. I can't remember a ball he didn't pick out of West Brom body. We just got lucky. Bodies on the line, throwing blocks here and there. You could argue we got unlucky when one of the blocks came back and hit Diangana, but eventually that was going to tell. That was going to tell, weren't it? Daniel Farker's excuse of, oh, well, Darlow didn't have to make a save in the second half. That's not enough. Because you can just have the ball and not be doing anything with it. If you're behind, you need to be scoring and creating chances. Do you know what I mean? I think this is the thing. Someone mentioned it on the post-match. It's like Yap Stam ball. Which I hear it, because I remember Yap Stam, after we beat them, saying, yeah, we had all the possession, we had all the passes and that. Yeah, but it was between your centre-backs. It was pointless, mate. I don't think it was as bad as that. We have a little bit more impetus, but I just don't agree with that statement of, well, Darlow didn't have to make... Because Man City, right, let's be honest, Man City could probably play Sheffield United and have 99% possession and not create a chance. We wouldn't all be going, yeah, but the keeper didn't have to make a save. They'd be saying, why have they got possession and not doing anything with it? And I know we were trying to do something, but I just think it's a lazy answer to go, yeah, but our keeper didn't have to make a save. Neither did theirs, by the way, but that's by the by. But a lot of that was probably designed by Corberan as well, because he was in front. So why does he even need to bother? He's happy. He's at the Hawthorns. They've got the most clean sheets in the league. My man's just going, do you know what it is? I won't attack. We'll just defend. You know? So, there you go. Anyway, let's get to some stories then, okay? Andrea made me aware of this earlier on. I'm assuming a lot of you will have seen it as well since. Edith says, I think Marsh would have done a better job. You're just on the wind-up, Edith. So you've had your moment. Bundesliga outfit preparing January transfer offer for Leeds United man. Does anyone think that he'll be sold, by the way? Because I asked Andrea and he seems to think he will. I'm not sure that's the... Well, I'm not sure I believe that, but I'd be interested to know what the chat thinks. I'm going to put a poll out now. Do you think they will? sell him. Just 1 second. I reckon Edith is Ash anyway, do you? So I've just asked the chat there, so if you can answer that poll. Can't afford to lose anyone. I agree with you, Jamie. I do agree with you, but I'm just intrigued to find out. Someone says yes for the right price. Just looking at it, so it says Leeds United's depth in their attack is so strong that one of their most wanted. I mean, you wouldn't think it was so strong based on what we're seeing. Transfer window in the form of Nonto cannot pick up regular starts. That's the point, isn't it? Nonto won't be happy about his number of starts. Okay. Going into the summer where the Euros are on, I'm not sure that he'll be in the, discussion for a Euro spot, especially with the new manager there now. But, if he has that in his heights, then maybe he will want to go. Maybe he'll want to push a move. There's been chat of him changing his agent now. I know a lot of Leeds fans initially get happy about that. But what's to say that that's a positive thing? What's to say that's not to engineer a new move? Do you see what I'm saying? Because Calvin Phillips changed his agent, for example, from local-based agent to, I think, the same agent as Grealish, which then got him the move to City. So I know we're all thinking, oh, God, he's changing his agent, happy days. But that doesn't always necessarily mean it's a positive. Just to play devil's advocate. Obviously, was wanted by a host of clubs. We know he was wanted by Everton. Leeds United said no. But again, Gavin, it's not at the time, man. We all thought he would light it up, man. We all thought he would light it up. He hasn't been able to get in the side. And if we're being totally honest, he didn't warrant starting next time. Do you know what I mean? I'd bring James back in. James did more in his 15-minute, 10-minute cameo than any of them did. Now, according to a report in German publication Bild, according to the report from German publication Bild via Leeds, a new name added to the list of admirers of Nonto is Bundesliga outfit Freiburg, who are plotting a potential next move. It is reported that Freiburg are going to offer around 15 million, which equates to 30 million, and that is a lot lower than what was being offered by Nonto in the summer, with 25.7 million offer turned down from Everton. Now, do you think it's likely that the 49ers, who turned down circa nearly 30 million, are now going to accept half of that? Freiburg are talking wet out there. This could be agent talk. We know what his agent's like anyway. He could be trying to drum up offers, maybe wants a new deal and all that sort of stuff. But I don't care how much of a stink Nonto kicks up. The guy's still on a long contract. He doesn't have the bargaining chip here. Leeds United do. I'm just looking at the length of his contract. He's on 20 grand a week, 4 more years. He's got 4 more years on his deal, folks. So it's insane. It's insane that they think that they could get him out for that. You know what I mean? How it's not going to happen. Leeds United, as I say, they've got him on a 4-year deal. He can't exactly say, right, well, I'll leave for free in the summer because he's going to be here for a while. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense, he is in the case of his valuation depreciating and getting worse due to him not playing. But there's not a chance for me that Leeds United will accept half of that. If Everton were to come back in with 25 million, what would you do at that time? Do you know what sound? Do you know what I did? I took myself out of the studio. What a clown. I didn't even realise. I took myself out of the studio and just left that up. I didn't even click that I was in the corner, that I wasn't in the corner. Sorry, my apologies. But yeah, according to reports then, Leeds United should cash in on him. Again, this is an opinion piece, but whether they will or not, we'll have to wait and see. But anything over 20 million, I think I agree with Chopper Dave, you probably accept based on his number of minutes. I think based on his number of minutes right now, you accept that. But yeah, look, Freiburg, it's been all over. German publication Bild is no joke as well. It's a decent publication, so one to watch with that. That's been reported everywhere that Freiburg are interested. Now, on to David Brooks. Obviously, David Brooks is a right winger, but can play in the 10. But as we've seen, the majority of his minutes come out on the right. It'll be interesting to see what Leeds United do with him. Is David Brooks a deal that could be getting done because we're looking to sell Nonto? Do we want to bring in some cash to help with getting more bodies in? Because due to financial fair play or profit and sustainability, we can't just spend money, can we? We've got to be a bit more savvy with it. So will they look at offers for Nonto and then look to bring in a Brooks on loan or something like that? What would I do in relation to Nonto? I would keep him unless it was over 20 million. I think for me, if you were to accept less than that, you've just been hard, haven't you? But then at the same time, if he's not going to get minutes, and if we're being honest, the performances this season, he's not warranted minutes, then what do we do? What do we do? It's a difficult one. But if someone comes with a decent offer, I think they will. But not 13 million, what's been mentioned for sure. Will Nonto be sold 64% or 63%? Sorry, believe he will. So there you go. 63 or 64 was it percent? Believe that he will be sold. I'm not too sure. The offer would have to be right, of course. I don't think any of us would be asked, really. Do you know, just on Steve Cooper, everyone keeps mentioning it. Steve Cooper won't come to us. Steve Cooper will go to Palace, something like that. Those that don't want Steve Cooper as well, he's a great manager and a great coach. He's a top manager, even. He's better than Farker. I'm not sure why people are like this, like against Cooper. You do really realize he's a good manager, right? And we'll get a Premier League job. What do you rate about him, Jamie? What is it you don't rate about him? I'd love Potter, but again, Potter will get a top job. Shit, I'm late. What have I missed? Nothing much, mate. Who would your 10 be and why? Again, bro, I'm not a sporting director. I wish I had the answers to all these questions. There's people that know a lot more about players that are available on the market than me. But Chair seems to be the obvious one, doesn't it? Ilias Chair seems to be the obvious one. They had a bit of a renaissance under the new manager Fuentes, but have seemed to have gone backwards. So Chair could be one. But I think we'll look for a loan. Edith, that's correct, love. I do. Or Ash. Yeah. Matt O'Reilly's unrealistic as well at the minute, like you say. Apparently Villa are interested in other clubs and stuff like that. But just on David Brooks, Adoni Iraola's been speaking on him because obviously in the lead up to the pre-match presser, he refused to rule out January exit for play at Leeds. Now want to sign. Leeds are going to need a decent transfer window if they are to keep in touch with the Championship top three, which is fair enough. Farker has promised a quiet January. I think we can all agree if it's quiet, then we're on a hide into nothing. Can't afford to be quiet, even if that's outgoings. Do you move Bamford on? Do you move Ayling on for him to get minutes elsewhere? Do you move Joffrey on loan? Do you move Creswell on? Some balancing of the books needs to happen somewhere. Do you allow Nonto to go for 20 odd million? Do you know what I mean? When we got Farker in, a proven twice Championship manager, yeah, he is. He's the best manager for the job. But Steve Cooper overall is a better manager than Farker. I don't know what your point is. Damar says, I talk Karanka. We need him, Joe. Very good manager. Get in the bin. Thank you for the super chat, though. Would I take Calvin on loan? Yes, 100%, but he's not coming to Leeds United. Here we go. So Daniel Farker has promised to quiet January earlier this month, which, again, we agree can't be the case. Left back is a position he's already confirmed we'll look at. But it now appears they may also look at number 10, with David Brooks having been linked in the last 24 hours. Now Bournemouth manager Adoni Iraola has addressed those links to the Bournemouth Echo in his pre-Tottenham Hotspur press conference, leaving the door open for a potential exit. He did go on to say, it's not about one individual situation. It's a matter sometimes of what they think, i.e. David Brooks wants minutes. The other day came on and played very good minutes. Some players probably are not getting the minutes they want. They have to discuss with the club and take the best possible option for everyone. Sometimes one will leave because all think it is the best thing. Sometimes they will stay. But right now, before the market opens, I cannot and I will not speak about individual situations. But he is basically confirming there that players will leave. Yeah. Someone says Anthony goes back. Probably. Could potentially happen, couldn't it? I don't think he can go and go play for another club, I don't think, folks. I don't think he can due to FIFA rulings. I don't think he can go due to FIFA rulings. So he may have to go to Bournemouth and play there. But Farker did say that he is staying. So thank you, Damar. Thank you, bro. He hasn't spent any money, by the way. He hasn't spent any money. You haven't got a clue. But you stick to your own shit. Yeah, so Adoni Iraola confirming that he could well. Now, another link, and again, I've been messaged by a few Villa fans actually, is the chat on Crysencio Somerville asking if indeed he would leave, if he would be available. And that's coming from Aston Villa fans, so they're all starting to see it now. But you can see here, silly money Aston Villa bid needed to sign Crysencio Somerville from Leeds in January. I don't think we're under any illusions. I personally would 70% put my house, although I don't own a house, on no players leaving like this that are first team in the summer. Yes, if we get promoted, then this day. If we don't, then I don't know if I would say 40 million, right, Rysel. I don't think we could warrant that being a championship club. What do you reckon? 30, 35? I guess it's not too far from that, because we did refuse, as the article shows here. Just bear with me one moment. Burnley had 20 million turned down. This is from a Fabrizio Romano tweet. So we know he's flying. We know whoever's feeding this information to Fabrizio Romano. He's mentioned Somerville a few times. I think this was New Year, Christmas Eve, or even Christmas Day. Christmas Day at 9 a.m., by the way, that he tweeted that out. Because I remember Andrea sent it me and went, have a day off, Fabrizio. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know if they would. I don't think clubs would pay 40 million for Cree, especially if we didn't go up. If we don't go up, he's going for about 20, 25, 30. You know what I mean? Around that. If we go up, he stays. They get a promotion bonus, new contracts, etc. And then gives us a couple of seasons in the Prem, and then he moves. It's that kind of vibe, isn't it? But if we don't go up, he's leaving. But Aston Villa fans, as I say, a few have messaged me today, obviously been in content creation, just asking, do you think it's likely? For me, I don't see any of these players that are first team potential will leave, that are currently in that first team squad, because they're here to get us promoted, right? And the club would be crazy. Aston Villa interested. Brighton as well, says Damar. Yeah, that's another that's been mentioned. If Matoma leaves, but again, they want like 70 million for Matoma. They're not, they're not getting 70 million for Matoma, are they? So, yeah. I mean, if they did get 70 million for Matoma, then they can give us some of that money, can't they? But listen, if we lost him, yeah. Paul Robinson, again, just been asking, saying, oh, yeah, he could leave. There's David Brooks stuff. That seems to be it, really. We've got David Brooks. We've got, Freiburg interested in Nonto and Crysencio Somerville. Like I said, that's all that's on the rounds at the moment. Apparently, like I say, Freiburg were keen on signing Nonto in the summer, but Everton made the most. Obviously, 20, 25 million. We turned that down. We're gonna end up with egg on our faces if indeed we do accept a derisory offer of, like, I don't know, 15 million or something, it would be mad. But what can you do? I don't think we will, though. I think we'll stay. Listen, David Brooks, good player. I want a number 10, though. Someone who's played number 10 since forever. Not someone who can maybe play there. Because we've got a player there who's not a 10. And, you know, I want a proper number 10. This is where Nick Hammond, Steins and Farker have to do their work. Philip Cruz says, Joe, you're right. We turned down 80 million down in the summer for 4 players. Doesn't make sense for Nonto. Yeah, I agree. I agree. You know, we've got Rutter. We turned down deals for Nonto, Somerville, Melier, all these things. So the club aren't now going to get to January when it's notoriously difficult to do business and say, okay, yeah, we'll let you go for 15 million. It's not happening. Not happening. If anything, prices go up in January. So they'll say, oh, you want him now? 35. Do you know what I mean? So I don't agree with it. So yeah. It's what it is. That's what it is. Buendia at Villa coming back from injury. Yeah, this is what I mean. I don't think he would ever be one that we would realistically be able to move for. I'm just having a look here. Sorry, I'm just looking at Twitter. It's a conversation between Tiff and someone else. I think they've got us confused. They've definitely got us confused there. Oh, Douglas Luiz has scored for Villa. Get it up. Yeah. I just noticed. Please tell me Watkins got the assist as well. Hopefully it was a hat-trick of assists. Hopefully he was brought down. Let's have a look. What did he get? No, he got 2 assists. Douglas Luiz got me 10 points as well. 3 bonus points. Love that from Douglas Luiz. Where's Ash now? Where are you? Dookie said, oh, there's many out there. Don't be saying that. There's many out there. There's many different ones. Whatever tickles your pickle, many flavours. Yeah, we're all in it for the same thing, aren't we? We all love Leeds United. And if we're lucky enough to do it as work, that's even better, you know? So big up to them all. Big up to them all. So yeah, I love that. Yeah, so I think we'll leave it there. Thanks as always for watching. You're all legends. No final word tonight, because as I say, couldn't get together a crew. We did that one yesterday, so we're all good. Tomorrow we'll do probably a preview. So we'll go from there. And then Monday is Leeds v Birmingham. So happy days, right? Happy days indeed. Yeah, anyway. Right. Where's Buendia, Joe? He plays for Aston Villa. Just come back from injury. But yeah. Listen, thanks as always for watching. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, hit the notification bell and all that jazz. And I will, we'll see you in a bit. Thanks as always for watching. Peace out. Leeds.